But competency is a relative concept. And what a lot of us need, including the one speaking, what I needed to get ahead was to compete against idiots. And luckily, there's a large supply. And it was investment banker-aided fraud. Now, not exactly novel. Optimistic about life. If I can be optimistic when I'm nearly dead, surely the rest of you can handle a little inflation. Everybody wants fiscal virtue, but not quite yet. They're like that guy who felt that way about sex. He was willing to give it up, but not quite yet.
Charlie's big on lowering expectations.
Absolutely. That's the way I got married. My wife lowered her expectations. And in accounting, you can do things like they do in Italy when they have trouble with the mail. It piles up and irritates the postal employees. They just throw away a few carloads, and then everything flows smoothly thereafter.
Folks. That happened in some unnamed international country.
Yeah, Italy. Sure, there are a lot of things in life way more important than wealth. All that said, some people do get confused. I play golf with a man, he says, what good is health? You can't buy money with it. And yet it's perfectly obvious, at least to me, that to say that derivative accounting in America is a sewer is an insult to sewage. I like cryptocurrencies a lot less than you do. And I think that people who are professional traders that go into trading cryptocurrencies, it's just disgusting. It's like somebody else is trading turds and you decide I can't be left out. Well, I can't give you a formulaic approach because I don't use one. If you want a formula, you should go back to graduate school. They'll give you lots of formulas that won't work.
That does not mean we approve of every buyback at all, though. I mean, we've seen...
No. Yeah. I think some people just buy it to keep the stock up. And that, of course, is insane and immoral. But apart from that, it's fine. The general system for money management requires people to pretend that they can do something that they can't do and to pretend to like it when they really don't. I think that's a terrible way to spend your life, but it's very well paid.
I've listened to so many nonsensical cost of capital discussions that
I've never heard an intelligent. But those of you who are about to enter business school or who are there, I recommend you learn to do it our way, but at least until you're out of school, you have to pretend to do it their way. I don't like multitasking. I see these people doing three things at once, and I think, God, what a terrible way that is to think. It's extraordinary how resistant some people are to learning anything. Well, I would rather throw a viper down my shirt front than hire a compensation consultant. One reminds me, once I asked the man who just left a large investment bank, and I said, how does your firm make its money? He said, off the top, off the bottom, off both sides, and in the middle. I think I've offended enough people.
Right. There's two or three in the balcony.
Yeah, we have one of our directors who's been removed twice from compensation committees of other corporations because he had the temerity to actually question whether the compensation arrangement being suggested was the appropriate one. I mean, it's being put on the comp committee of American corporations. As I've said, they're looking for chihuahuas and not Great Danes or Dobermans
Yeah.
And I hope I'm not insulting any of my friends that are on comp committees.
You're insulting the dogs.
No.